Hey guys, G here doing an update on my DSG MP5. So hopefully this is going to be the last one. I'm happy with the performance on it, so hopefully it stays functioning. Alright, so first of all, the base was an Elite Force Competition MP5, so it's their cheaper model. On Airsoft Station, if you're looking for this gun, get it from there because they have a package where it comes with 2 mid-caps. It also comes with a 2,700 bottle of Elite Force .2s, so that's a really good package deal because on eBike you can get it for $10 cheaper, but you don't get 2 mags and you don't get BBs. So pretty much the way it comes out to is you get either 2 magazines for free or the BBs for free, because I think the 2,700 BBs is about the same price as what 2 of the mid caps cost. So you get basically $10 for free. So the body is plastic. It's a pretty solid body though. The only thing that did bother me is the stock. Once I installed a really big battery, the stock wobbled up and down. So I put a piece of tape, hockey tape. I don't have it in here. Piece of hockey tape. I think it's hockey tape. It's like grip tape on the inside of the stock. So when it touches the receiver, it makes it so much more solid, so it doesn't wobble. Because the battery in here weighs like probably a pound. It's a I'll go ahead and pull it out for you. It's a pretty tight fit, so, and it's tearing off the plastic. Alright, so here it is. It's a zippy 60C 3700 milliamp. Long life, cell matched, high charge rate, low. I don't even know what that is. It's a pretty dang big battery. It's 3 cells, so it's pretty dang thick because that's 11-1, 3 cells. It's Dean's. I don't know, I got this for like 35 bucks. So how did I have that in there? Like this. It's also everything, you know, everything's Dean's. I think I had it in here like this. I hate taking this battery in and out because it's such a tight fit. I don't want to damage it. So I can charge it from in here, I can plug it in from in here, so I really don't need to take that out very often. Unless I go to disassemble the gun and I do have to pull the battery out at least a little bit to be able to get the stock off. Anyways, so I use that battery. I have a, as far as internals, I have a NUKEFET. Dang, well I had the battery out, I should have pulled the pin out and popped it. But anyways, it's, I mean, you can see it's really good wiring job. It had, you know, I couldn't have done that good of wiring job. It was a drop-in NUKEFET. The board is about right here. It's just a 303 for the board. And I had to wire it to SRC contacts because the SHS contacts were garbage. They did not work properly in the gun. The cutoff lever and everything, and the trolley, it was just jacked up. So I had the SRC stock contacts from this, and I used those, and it works great. So SRC contacts with a NUKEFET. The SHS contacts, I kind of just I'm not using that. They're downstairs. They're just, it's a waste. But I do have a pair of SHS contacts in the old gearbox of this, and they work perfectly fine. And the cutoff and everything works really fine. And the trigger pull is great. So, not totally sure, but it works great in there. So it's just some guns, SHS contacts refuse to work. So they're SRC in here, and they were brand new contacts. They'll last. The motor is a JBU high torque. It's 18 TPA arm. Has the neo magnets from the JBU. I have a China can on there, and I also have a China pinion and a China end belt. And I have Chowli brushes on there. Because I had one brush blow out, so I replaced it with one Chowli. The other one's, I think, Classic Army, but it's fine. And then there's the springs on the end bell. Those kept breaking off, but I haven't had a break with one break within probably about 1,000, 2,000 rounds, so I think I fixed that issue. because I think that had to do with my trigger contacts. The SHS contacts just not functioning right. It just broke those off. Because the motor got super hot. The motor does get hot, but not as much as it did earlier. So it's got that. Also, one of the NUKEFET wires, one of the motor tabs broke off. So what I had to do is I had to take the SRC red wire and wire it into here. So, and it's fine. The motor tab on that was great. Inside the gearbox, we have a G&P gearbox shell that's radiused. You can see it. Well, actually, my hop-up is in the way. You can't really see the radius shell, but it is a G&P shell radiused. It's got a Lonex cylinder head, and the cylinder head is aluminum, and it's silver, and it'll hold up. The Lonex cylinder is also silver, and it'll hold up as well. I have an SHS piston in there that's been through only about 2,000 rounds, but there was some damage done on it already, and that was because one of the piston heads fell off, and when it fell off, you know, it was still firing, and that just kind of damaged the back of it, and I noticed that. But the one that was in here before that was the same way, and it ended up breaking, I don't know how many rounds later. So I hope it lasts. I didn't glue the rack down because I'm out of glue. But the other rack, the other piston that I had, the old SHS one that I had in here, the rack wasn't glued on there either. So I think I'm going to maybe order an SHS piston as spare for this. I don't know. I haven't decided. I do have a spare piston downstairs. It's a super shooter with a rack that's been short stroked. It was actually the old rack that was on that old SHS piston, so it's DSG ready and everything. But I'm not sure if I will use that piston because the rack is a little different than the stock one. So it fit in there, but I definitely have to glue that one in there. Not totally sure how that would hold up in there. So I just hope this piston lasts a while. Anyways, it was an SHS. It is an SHS, pre-lightened. I short stroked it like 8 teeth, but I didn't take off all the teeth. I took off 8 teeth, but half of the tooth, because I didn't take the rack out. I hope that makes sense. And I kind of did that because I wanted to keep some weight on the piston. So, and I put a washer on my piston head to help with AOE, because there's only a small pad on the cylinder head. It's a stock pad. So my AOE is pretty good. Everything's pretty good. Piston head is super shooter. Gear set, I have a Seigtek sector with a G&G 18-to-1 spur, and it's a very solid spur, very thick. The bevel is some China bevel, because I did have an XYT bevel and a classic Army bevel brake, and I think that was because of its shimming, so I shimmed it a little differently, and hopefully it'll sound a little, or it sounds the same, but hopefully it'll last a little longer. When the bevels did break, it wasn't like the gun stopped firing. It actually kept firing, which I was really surprised, and it sounded fine. But when I took it apart to mess with other stuff, because other stuff was messed up, the axle was snapped. So that happened twice. So I shimmed the bevel a little lower. So hopefully, you know, there won't be as much axial movement on that bottom axle where it broke. Hop-up is stock SRC. All the bucking barrel's aluminum, bucking pretty soft, and the hop-up is metal. The nozzle is G&P. The, what else? What am I missing? The spring is an SHS M160 with a VFC ball ring spring guide. So let's go ahead and see the performance here. I'm just going to dry fire it. It's getting about almost 45 rounds a second. I chronoed it earlier today and it got 33, so pretty much, or 43, so pretty much 45, but not right on the dot. So, and that's kind of average for 18-to-1. I had a 16-to-1 and it got 46, so it got a little bit more. But that's stripped. Alright, I'm just going to dry fire it. I will probably have a shooting video with my helmet cam later on, just shooting a mag or two through it. Trigger breaks pretty well. Range accuracy, FPS is about just 300. so it's not that hard. Don't think I'm missing any of the internals. Alright, semi. Also, it fires on safe. Lonex selector plate. Didn't fix that. Trigger pull is pretty good. It's about halfway, I'd say. And it gets really tense. It gets hard to fire. Kind of like a gas blowback trigger. Because with a gas blowback trigger, or a real gun, there's actual break. Like, you get resistance, and then after the resistance is broken, it fires. Whereas with a lot of AEGs, it's just, there's really no, like, resistance. It's just kind of spring pressure, and then you hit the contacts. Whereas this, they, like, hit, and kind of, you have to pull it a little bit further until it actually fires. You get more than spring resistance. Hope that makes sense. Trigger response is pretty good. It cycles pretty fast. Let's try full auto. That's full auto. Semi. So, I mean, there you go. I also have that 1 point sling here. Or 2 point, sorry. 2 point paracord sling. So it's almost 45 rounds a second at 300 FPS with .2s. So it's CQB legal, it's field legal. I can use it anywhere. I can shoot people point blank with it. There's really nothing else to say. So I will probably have a shooting test where I shoot a few mags through it. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I won't. Not totally sure yet. So stay tuned for that if you want to see that. I will have gameplay eventually because the next time I go and play, I will use this with my Seigtek P226. That's really it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later.